It's that time of year. The PES 2020 E3 trailer is out. Let's see how Konami get the ball rolling this year. So we start off with it being suitable for everyone. Would be a nice plot twist if they somehow made it an 18 game. The pitch is ours, and we go into some of the beautiful graphics. The king is back again. Okay, let Messi do his thing, Barcelona do their thing. We know how beautiful this game looks graphically, and they're hell-bent on showing that off early on. And we go into the new first touch techniques. Okay, this is something that PES really did need to work on because the game started to feel really robust. Okay, so before we go on to the finesse dribble, as I was just saying, the game did need not just new animations, but I feel like it needs more control in it. So although offline it works kind of to a satisfactory level, in FIFA, if you hold the right analog stick in a certain direction, it will flick the ball up in that direction and it works really fluid, really fine. It may be OP in FIFA, but that feature works quite neatly, shall we say. But in PES 19, especially when you're playing it online, that same thing that I just said, you hold the right analog stick in FIFA, to do it in PES, you have to hold and click in the right analog stick. So while it's pressed down, you're holding it, and then you have to then hold the left analog stick in the direction you want to flick it, and it just doesn't seem to work a lot of the time when you're playing online. Offline it works, but it doesn't seem to have the same 360-degree motion that FIFA has as well. So when they say new first touch technique, I hope it's not just new animations. I hope they kind of change the technique and how we do it so it becomes more fluid and gives us more sort of option and freedom as well. So let's go into the finesse dribble. I feel like, let's just see what it is, because if it's that double touch system and where you just kind of hold, is it R2, the finesse button, doesn't feel like it's anything too new there really. Well, it might be a little bit more refined, I guess. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really see anything new there, so that's just that Iniesta like, yeah, let's show them something old, give it a name, and hopefully they fall for that trick of, yeah, old shit, just new name. Yeah, let's see if they fall for that. Hopefully it's not that. Well, it looks like it's that. Hopefully it has a bit more to it than that. So moving on from there, we got, oh my god, please let this be the answer to kicking out that ping pong passing. If it's just saying that we're doing context sensitive kick accuracy, then ping pong passing will easily still be a problem. But my problem with, the lack of this is that players with no skill were just holding and pressing X every now and again, and the perfect pass was being played off, and you're thinking, the logic just tells you that pass isn't on, and it's not on with that level of accuracy and that pass and power and stuff like that. So hopefully it makes people use their brain more, because FIFA 19's biggest problem, and PES 19, not as bad as FIFA 19, is people don't need a brain to play that game, and somehow these guys are possessing alien powers by lighting up blue. I don't kind of get what they're trying to show here. Like, okay, so I think they're showing like the way passes are being played based on where the ball is. Oh please God, please don't let Messi score headers like that against me. A little swift of the hips there from Roberto. Oh God. I say oh God because I felt like the defender should have cut that out. I'm not liking that. Oh yes, Johan stepping into the trailer. Messi, let Johan shine for a bit, man. Okay, so you got legend. Oh, legend managers too. This, to be honest, interactive. Oh my God, wait. So what was that? Wait. Let's just rewind a second. So interactive dialogue system. This should be Master League based stuff, and obviously more realistic transfers. We may be seeing, depending how realistic they are and how interactive this dialogue is, we may be seeing a Master League series come to the show channel here. They definitely needed this though, because when I started doing it, I was planning on doing one for the channel for PES 19, but it just felt really rinse repeat and just a really dead game mode. And for realistic transfers, let me just give you an example. Like, they say Messi in the game is worth 20 million, so you put a bid in of 25 and they're like, no, we want 80, and I'm like, and there's no even like leeway of how you can do them. Like, it doesn't feel realistic. So hopefully they've gone into not just realistic but a lot more depth as well. Depth is what we're really lacking in this mode. So improved ball physics, always good to have. Okay, I hope we don't see them flames on the pitch. Oh yes, PK. Let's go back at that. Is that PK showing all kinds of thigh? What the? Yes, PK. Look at that. Has he been working on his size? Look, can you see the definition? And then look at that. Okay, PK. Let's move on from there. New ways to defend. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Because when I say that, I'm not saying it's improved, but for me, I can't defend. That's what you're going to be seeing from me a lot in PES 2020. You guys who watch my club series, you lot know I need a new way to defend. Hopefully, though, on a serious note, lads, I feel like PES 19 is very unrewarding. Like, you can put in 3 tackles, win all 3 tackles, but yet the opponent still has the ball. So that is something that really needs to be worked on. Hopefully, you know, the new ways of winning the ball help us not just win the tackle, but actually win the ball. So that's something, again, we'll see as, you know, we go into, you know, the gameplay and stuff, that once we get hands onto it. So let's go on, and we got new skills. Always good, welcome new skills. But what we need to see is the king of skills. What we also need to see with new skills is them actually being effective. So you do them in... Oh, this is just mesmerizing. Oh, lads, I need a cold shower. I need a cold shower. If that is happening, lads, I'm just going to say before I go for my cold shower, if that is happening, and I get to do that in the game, and I know how to do it, and that's a showboat part. What I was saying about the new tricks before, like, they need to be effective in the sense that I can do a trick, get past a player, and suddenly he's not going to catch me up 2 yards later. Because that's what happens in PES 19. If you take a player on, they somehow seem to catch you up 3 yards later. So I'm saying they need to be more effective like that. But if that sort of showboating happens, oh god, you lot are going to need to take in as many cold showers watching my videos. That sounds so wrong, innit? I'm basically going to say I'm going to entertain you lot like crazy. Alright, Ronaldinho, here we go. Let's go back into it. Oh my god, lads. Right, let's just stop it right there. I need another cold shower. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I paused it too soon before. That was my problem. That is my problem, lads. Oh god. Oh god. I didn't realise how much they're looking to step up this. I'm not even a hype guy for PES. Like, I wasn't looking forward to this. I'll speak more about it afterwards, like at the end of the trailer. But that level of showboating is ridiculous. Yeah. I'm not too bothered about these parts here. Okay, so nice little swift turn there. We are lacking that fluidity in this game, and when he says polished, I don't know if he means graphically or just how fluid it is. Obviously, I'm not really sure about that. Okay, so Messi cutting in from the right. Suarez turns into alien form, attracts the defender. Dembele's turned to attract the defender. To be honest, the AI has always been pretty good offline. It's the online where the problem is. So that isn't really anything new there. I think they're just trying to show new people that are new to PES what we're capable of. Okay, so rumour has it that Man United, or shall we say Manchester United, are one of the new partner clubs. Now that is fine if Liverpool stay in there, but for me, if Liverpool have been dropped from Manchester United, as a Liverpool fan, I would be gutted, but it just doesn't feel right with Liverpool just winning the Champions League. Manchester United, if it was 10 years ago, I'd have no problems. You call them top dogs in England, and can I get it? It's one of the biggest coups. But right now, in terms of footballing reasons, it just doesn't feel great. I understand the marketing appeal because they are one of the biggest clubs out there, especially when you talk about marketing and stuff like that. So I understand that, but right now, as a footballing aspect, it just doesn't feel right. So coming to the end of this trailer, okay, 1v1. Okay, is that something new? 1v1 offline? Since when was that new? Online? When was that new? Okay, this is just... I don't know what they're doing here. This is just weird. I think they're just... Again, this is for people that are new to the match day. Okay, I hope these are something that we'll go into a bit more detail, because them random words are nothing new there, I guess. Okay. Any information at the end? So he's happy for that. I watched it. Yeah, top lad Messi. Okay. The standard edition, and I'm guessing there's going to be a legend edition or something like that. There we go. So I think that is the end. I have to say, I feel like Konami have been very smart with the trailer this year for a number of reasons. So first of all, I was expecting a lot more cinematics and a lot more flashy keywords, but the majority of what we've seen on the pitch with the ball has been gameplay. I'd be surprised if more than 10% of it was cinematics. And what they have shown us is they've targeted some of the biggest problems in PES 19. So last year, where we were seeing dipping shots, rising shots, all them sort of things, they weren't addressing problems. They were just showing us, I say, new things. Well, the rising shot was new, but the dipping shot and a few other things weren't new. But this year, they've targeted some of the problems. Like I said in the trailer, that the first touches were illogical in PES 19 and they felt slow, sluggish and just didn't make sense. Now it looks like I can only say how they look, I can't say how they feel, but they look a lot more fluid and they look like they have a bit more context behind it. I don't know, maybe I'm saying a bit too much about the context, but they definitely look a lot more fluid. And yeah, it just looks a lot more fluid there. And again, with the passing, a lot of people complained that you didn't need a brain to play PES, you keep tapping X and you know the passing was sharp and crisp and it didn't have any context behind it. Like, you were seeing people just play passes around the corner that you think just physically aren't possible to play that pass, carry that pace and accuracy. And now that they said there's contextual, you know, kicking, not just passing, hopefully shooting as well. I'm not sure, I think it did just say passing, but hopefully same with the like shooting as well. Hopefully it requires people to use their brain a bit more, and if you refuse to use your brain, and it just starts to build up that skill gap. So hopefully that's another area that points towards a skill gap. In terms of what we've seen on the pitch, I am a lot more optimistic than I thought I would be after this trailer. I'm not hyped on like, yeah, bring on PES 19, PES 2020, and like, you know, PES 19 goes in the bin or anything like that. No, I'm still feet on the ground here. I am sort of more interested into doing Master League. I was planning on doing a Master League series for PES 19, but when I started playing it, it very quickly went into, you know, rinse repeat mode, and it felt like there was very little depth, and like the transfers felt dead. Everything just felt dead about the game mode. But at least now the transfers, they say, are more realistic, and they're saying, from what I've seen a few messages online, people are saying there's a bit more depth to it. So they didn't show too much from it, but they've teased enough to say that, look, we've looked into Master League and things like that. Again, my club, they've not really said anything about that. And this, I want to say one thing though, a lot of this will feel irrelevant if online isn't sorted. So if the transition from offline to online isn't good, so like the coding or whatever you want to call it makes the AI go out of crazy mode, and because when you play PES 19 offline, the AI isn't bad. A lot of the problems aren't bad, or like what we have in the online world, they're not bad. But when you take it online, the game goes from just say 8.5 out of 10, it goes from that to like 5.5 out of 10. That's how much the quality drop is. So that is something Konami really need to let the fans know about. Like, if they have improved it, if they stay quiet about the online infrastructure and any improvements made to online, then I feel like it could be another tough year online. But there's still time. I'm not here to slag the game off. I'm just saying I want to stay positive, and I'm saying there's some things to look forward to, but fingers crossed there's a lot more to look forward to. Again, in terms of licenses, why am I saying it like I just said that word for the first time? But in terms of licenses, I wasn't expecting anything big right now, because Konami pretty much work on that all the way until the release date, and even then I think they still work on it all the way through. So not just club licenses, but Legends and My Club licenses, all that, they pretty much work on that all the way through the year and patch it in. But we are expecting some big news before the release date. That's just the hype they have to go with as well. So yeah, to be honest, I would say I have a bit more optimism for PES 2020. I'm not like sold on the game yet or anything like that, but it's positive times ahead. I want to say, I don't want to oversell it because it's a trailer and they haven't given the most out, but they've given enough to be, you know, maybe not that much, maybe just no teeth smile. I don't know. Either way, guys, there's enough to not be down about it. And yeah, guys, let me know what you think of the trailer, what you're looking forward to, what you want to see going forward up until release date. Yeah, so guys, if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more towards PES 19 content, we're still going to be rolling that out. And if you want to see all the hype and build up to PES 2020, remember to subscribe. Until next time, peace!